This was Florian Wirtz at Leverkusen. This is Florian Wirtz now. 14 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. When Liverpool splashed £116 million on Florian Wirtz, they thought they were getting someone who would take them to the next level, someone who would help them to win the Champions League. But a few months later, they are losing one game after another. The manager who won them the title last season has lost the dressing room and is on the verge of being sacked, and Wirtz hasn't scored a single goal. But how can a player who was literally compared to Lionel Messi by his previous manager become one of the biggest flops of the season? Does he need time to adapt to a new league? Or is he just not good enough? Let me know what do you think in the comments. Everyone talks about the gap between the Premier League and the Bundesliga. Many Bundesliga stars have not lived up to the expectations after moving to England. Bundesliga is fast and intense, but the teams are not as well organized. They press high, but also leave a lot of space behind. Once you are able to escape that pressure, you have an open space to exploit. In England, teams also press high, but their pressing is much better organized, and most of the players are physically stronger and more likely to win the ball, which makes it even harder to beat their press. Timo Werner didn't flop in England because he suddenly forgot how to shoot. He was always missing a lot of chances. He just had more of them in the Bundesliga. But even though there is quite a big difference between the Premier League and the Bundesliga, it's not the main reason why Wirtz is struggling to adapt. At Leverkusen, Florian Wirtz was absolutely everything. The whole system was built around him. He had the freedom to move wherever he wanted. He could drop deep to receive the ball or find pockets between the lines, while his teammates were creating space for him so he could fully express his creativity. Xabi Alonso made him the main man of his attack because he knew he could handle that responsibility. He isn't some arrogant prima donna who wants to make everything about himself. He doesn't care whether the goal is scored by him or by one of his teammates, he just wants the goal to be scored. If he saw a way to get his teammate into a big chance, he would find the simplest and most effective way to do it. In this environment, he absolutely thrived. He was scoring goals, getting assists, and creating one chance after another. But now at Liverpool, he doesn't have the whole attacking structure built around him. He has to adapt to a new league, new club, new system, new teammates. And what makes it even harder, many of those teammates are experiencing the same. Liverpool's front line has changed a lot over the summer, and the new signings are still adapting. They are often not on the same wavelength, not only while attacking, but also while defending. Their pressing is not fully synchronized, and teams find it much easier to bypass their press. As a result of that, Wirtz has to track back more, and has less energy to create something when he gets the ball. To be fair, Wirtz hasn't been completely awful. He has shown flashes of his brilliance. He created a couple of big chances that should have ended in a goal. He has contributed to a couple of goals with his clever off-the-ball movement. He has shown that he can combine with players like Gakpo or Ekitike. But when you sign a player for 116 million, you don't just expect the moments, you expect the games. And that is something we haven't really seen from him at Anfield, and maybe we never will. You see, at Leverkusen, he had a system that was pretty much perfect for him, and he will probably never have the same environment at Liverpool. He is a very intelligent player, and he might adapt to a different environment to be a valuable player for the team, but he might not be the best version of himself. And that begs a question. Why would Liverpool sign him? Why would they spend so much money on such a system-dependent player when they already had a well-balanced system with Szoboszlai in his position? What was their their plan? Did they even have a plan? As a Barcelona fan, I've seen my club splash over 100 million on a player without any plan multiple times. As you would imagine, it didn't work out. Not because they were bad players, but because we didn't know how to use them. Florian Wirtz might end up just like them. But wait, if you are already giving up on him, then you have chosen the wrong player to give up on. Every single coach that has ever worked with him has not only called him one of the most talented and intelligent players they have ever seen, but also one of the most hardworking, competitive and resilient. When he was 18, he tore his ACL. Most of the players, especially at that age, would have been absolutely devastated. But Wirtz was already getting ready for his return. He was working on his upper body strength. He was analyzing hundreds of games to improve his off-the-ball movement. He was doing everything he possibly could to come back even stronger. And that's exactly what he did. Just 1 year after his return, he was named the Bundesliga MVP while winning Leverkusen their first ever league title. And while he might not be able to play the same football at Liverpool, trust me, he will do everything in his power to adapt and become the best player he possibly can.